Hey y'all, it's Israel and welcome to Israel's World, and today I'm going to be coming with another video. This video is going to be, I'm pretty sure y'all know what type of video this is judging by the title and thumbnail. And this video is my dad's 10th year anniversary since his passing. It's been a challenging day, kind of like mixed emotions, yeah, I just want to this video is just a tribute to my dad, rehashing some of the good times we had. My father, he was an amazing person, very godly, very loving, very giving, very talented, very intelligent. The man had it going on, bro. He very positive, probably the most positive person I ever had in my life so far was probably my father. He always found a positive resolution to every problem. He always was like that. Sorry, y'all. I was just making sure, because this is actually my second time making this video, because I actually tried to record this video earlier, but my thing overheated because I got it right. I have it right next, and it's very hot today. So yeah, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't overheat like it did earlier today when I tried to make this video. So anyway, yeah, my father, he was very talented, very loving, very giving, very intelligent. A lot of my talents, come from him and my mom. A lot of my entertainment talents come from my dad, when it comes to the music or just the arts, period, whether it's music, acting, whatever. He was very talented. Man, my dad had a voice out of this world when he sings, bro. He had a voice out of this world, man. And he was good at acting too, because he had a job. He had a job where they acted out scripts and stuff like that. So yeah, very gifted, and one hell of a cook. Boy, that's where I also get my cooking talent from too. My mom can cook too when she wants to and stuff like that. But my dad, he was a chef, professionally. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I keep readjusting it because I don't want it to overheat. But hell of a cook, man. Just a amazing person in general. He always, when he cooked, he can make meals like that was like, he could take 3 ingredients, right? Like, say we only have like maybe a couple of seasonings or maybe 2 items, whether it's rice or a can of like steak tips or chicken, or have a couple of seasoning and stuff like that. He can make a whole meal out of those 3 things. And I feel like I could do that too, I guess that's where I get it from. And he was a very hard worker. He took passion in everything he done. Seeing him go to work every day, providing for his family, it really inspired me to do the same thing, with what I do, with this entertainment stuff. That's where I get the motivation and the hard work ethic from watching him do it. And again, watching my mom, she's also a hard worker too. So the hard working thing, I feel like I get it from both of my parents. And, and of course they had to, but yeah, so yeah, he was just an amazing person, man. He's truly missed, man. 10 years, a whole decade. It's crazy to believe, man. But it does seem to me that he's been gone for a while. And you know, y'all were able to see me, you know, how I cope with it, you know, half of those 10 years, 7 of those 10 years, y'all got to see me, you know, how I felt and what I became after the fact. 7 years, y'all was able to join the road for these last 7 years out of these 10 years since he's been gone, you know. Because I started doing this channel 3 years after he passed. Well, you know, I kind of was already doing YouTube. I already said this before, but I was already doing YouTube a little bit before he passed. You know, I was doing a channel with him, actually. He was actually the main person, you know, the star of that channel. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of thrown in there because it was like a teaching type of channel and stuff like that. So most of the videos I was in, you know, standing beside him, like, you know, while he was doing the teaching and stuff like that. And sometimes my brother would be in there too. So we kind of had that channel. And then after he passed, we kind of took the channel down. I already went through that story, you know. But 3 years later, 3 years after he passed, you know, I did Israel's World. So 3 years later, after he passed away, and I was, you know, so y'all was there for a good portion, you know, of these 10 years, 7 of those years, you know. Man, yeah, man, but kind of let this thing overheat. So y'all, yeah, so I took it off that thing because I didn't want to have that same problem that I've had, you know, trying to do this video earlier. Yeah, I didn't want to have that the same problem. Well, let me, sun beaming in too much. Okay, so yeah, I took it off up there because I didn't want it. My tablet was starting to get warm again, and I didn't want to overheat, you know, because this is my second time trying to do this video. So yeah, today has been emotional. I kind of been on an emotional roller coaster all day, you know. We did a couple of things, you know, today. We did go by his cemetery and saw his grave, you know, today. It was I did cry, I did break down, you know, and then, you know, I'm still trying to cope with losing my grandmother and my uncle. So all that was kind of mixed in there today as well. But, you know, but yeah, my father was just a powerhouse, you know, one of the greatest people I ever knew, you know. But his legacy will live on, and he'll always be loved and missed. So and I know he will be very proud of me, you know, what I've accomplished and what I'll continue to accomplish in the future. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna make this video too long, but yeah, yeah, man, but yeah, it's I don't know, you know, usually y'all know my upload schedule. I don't really know if it's gonna come out on Wednesday, and if I don't wind up putting it on Wednesday, y'all see this tomorrow, which will be, you know, which will be tomorrow, because today is actually Wednesday and stuff like that, and I've been real busy and stuff like that. So, and I'm still going to do a couple other things before I actually make it to the house to edit this. So yeah, so I don't know if y'all gonna get this on Wednesday, but if y'all don't, y'all get it on Thursday and stuff like that, which is tomorrow. But and you know, so yeah, man, I guess I'm gonna continue to do what I do, and yeah, But my dad, he'll be definitely missed, and yeah, definitely. But yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Yeah, so I guess this concludes today's video. Yeah, I think it concludes to yeah, it concludes today's video. Yeah, I think yeah, I just wanted to make a closeout section of this video, outro of this video. But yeah, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say earlier. It's after 10, almost 11 now. We just got back to the house actually. But yeah, yeah, 10 years since my dad passed away. 10 years later, here we are 10 years later. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say earlier on in the video, and yeah, yeah, so that concludes it. He's continually, he's still truly missed 10 years later, and still loved. Still loved like he never left. I put it like that. Definitely the father that any son could ever ask for. And him and my mom pretty much made me, and is making me, the man that I am and the man that I'm becoming. No. I just thank the Most High that I was able to have the time that I did have with my father. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna close out this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, this tribute to my father on the 10-year anniversary. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. See y'all in this video. Israel's out. Bye, y'all. Peace. And rest in peace, Dad.